Hi there everyone, it's Gloria Kremer from Oakville, Canada, and today we are going to be making this cute little triple cube card. So let's get started. I'm going to pull out my, let me just pull out my measurements here and I'll put it on the side. So this is part of my online card class. If you order the kit from me, then everything is already pre-cut, pre-scored for you. And then you just have to assemble it. And this is why I make the videos, so that you can assemble it. Now for this class, we did focus on the Tulip Fields stamp set and dies. So I keep my dies on a magnetic sheet inside the case usually. So we'll put that aside and we will get started. So for our card base, so this card, it folds flat and you can just put it in a regular envelope. Normally when I make these, I make it so that it fits in this way. And then you just pop it up and then you can write whatever message you want on the back. But this windmill sort of sticks out a little higher than usual, so it wouldn't fit into a normal envelope unless you want to make a custom one. So if you fold it up like this, when you stick it into an envelope, it fits fine. So, okay. Let's get started. I am going to use, let's see, where's my, okay, here's my Stampin' Seal. So for our card base, this is our main card base. So this is the taller tower. And this is 8.5 by 3.5. And it is scored at 1 3/4, 3.5, 5 1/4, and 7. So all these pieces are going to be scored at the same thing: 1 3/4, 3.5, 5 1/4, and 7. Now these two pieces are 8.5 by 1 3/4, and you'll need 2 of these. So this is how I put this together. So let's move these little pieces aside, and I'll show you how to assemble your base. So you'll see here that there's one piece that is slightly shorter than all the rest, and that's right at the end. So we're gonna put our adhesive down, and then we're just gonna fold this over just like that. So when you do it this way, you know that when you fold your card, it's gonna lay pretty flat. So that's for our one piece. And then we're gonna do the same for the 2 pieces on the smaller squares. So we're gonna put the adhesive on this piece that is the smallest, and then we're just gonna fold that down. And there's our other square. And then for our last square, we do the same thing. Next step, we're gonna add, so what I like to do is I'm gonna just, those are the ones in pieces with the seam on it. So I'm gonna cover them up with 2 pieces of this DSP here. So I'm just going to slide it in there. It's about 1/16, I think 1/16 of an inch around the sides. So just sort of eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And that just helps to cover up that seam. So our seam is all covered up. Now what we can do, I like to keep the seam part in the back. So I'm going to do my card this way. So the glue is going to go on the back of the piece that has the DSP. And if you follow along and just do it step by step, it's actually pretty easy. It's not complicated at all. And then I'm going to lay it flat this way. And there's our piece all done. And then all we have to do is add the rest of the DSP. And of course this is my Stampin' Seal Plus, so you don't really need very much of it. You can also use Tombow glue for this, which would allow you to sort of move the piece around if you don't have it perfectly placed. And then these two are going to go on the front here. My dogs are currently sleeping, so hopefully we can make it through this video without any barking. They're just napping. Now with the ribbon, I'm going to use, normally I have glue dots out. Let's see where our glue dots are. Here's our glue dots. Let's see whether or not we need to trim this. I don't think so. Now these are my glue dots from my paper pumpkin kits. Because I have so many of these glue dots. When you get the paper pumpkin kits, it comes with quite a bit of adhesive for you. So I find I always have a lot of these extra pieces laying around. So I'm just going to put this right there. Our next step is to put our DSP over here. And don't worry if your background DSP is slightly different. Oh, I guess I could have used the other side as well. We could have used that side. Oh well, too late. So I'm going to put that on. Now, if you live in the Oakville area or sort of close by, I am hosting a in-person event on May the 1st, and you can find that on my Facebook page, Girlfriend Originals. It is going to be my first in-person event since March 2020. So I am super, super excited about that. Oops. I'm just measuring to see how much of this I'm gonna cut off because we don't need all of it. Now with this, I'm gonna use Tombow glue. And I still don't really know what sentiment I want to put, but I think I might do thanks because I send out a lot of thank you cards to my customers. So maybe that's what we'll go with. Now, what I'm going to do is, so this piece here that's in your kit, this is for stamping your image. If you do not have this stamp set, you can stamp something else. You can stamp really anything you want. But I'm going to stamp this. I don't want to lose any of my pieces here. I'm not exactly super organized. Okay, so we're going to take our mini here so that we can cut out the piece. Now I'm going to bring out, this is how I'm going to be cutting my piece today. I cracked one of my cutting plates. So I sort of cut out a healing mat, a self-healing mat, and I'm sandwiching it with, so I'm putting on the bottom plate number 1 and then my self-healing mat. Then we're going to put our paper and we're going to put our die on top. Now, if you have one of these little machines and it's still under warranty, I do not recommend that you do this. I'm only doing this because I cracked my plate. And then I'm going to take the number 3 and I'm going to put it on top. Give it a little push and roll it through. And hopefully it didn't shift. Looks pretty good. So there is our windmill. So again, I don't recommend that you do what I do, but my plate cracked. I haven't got around to replacing it. Actually, I was gonna order it and then I forgot and I placed my order, and of course I didn't order new plates, so this is what we're using, and it works. It works really well. Okay, our next step is to color in this little windmill here, and I'm just gonna use crumb cake, and I think I'm just gonna color it all one color. I'm going to use the darker one for the door. I don't really know what color windmills are. I guess they're probably gray, but I had crumb cake out from the last card I was doing, so this is what we're going with. So there's our windmill. I'm gonna put a a dimensional on the back here, just to give it you know what I'm gonna put, yeah, so I'm gonna put our little dimensionals down, and I think I'm gonna glue down my flowers and then put the windmill on top. So I'm gonna glue this down. And then we're going to throw this windmill on top. Just like that. And then our next step is to find a sentiment for this card. And I think I'm gonna, I do like thanks. I just don't know where that stamp is. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna find a stamp that we can use. Okay, so this is from the Celebration stamp set Special Moments, and we're gonna use thanks, and it is somewhere here. There we go. I'm gonna grab our ink. There's our thanks. We're gonna add our butterfly. And then we're gonna put another dimensional on it. Now, if you wanted to stamp something on the back here, I would suggest you stamp it before you put it on. I really like this fun fold because it's different, but it's easy. And that is our completed card. So you can see for the difference, this one I did it gray. I put the tulips on top. I think I like the tulips behind. And then again, I just did the thanks. And there we go. All done. So thanks again for joining me. Happy Monday. This was card number 2 of the series. There's 2 more to come. I don't think I'm going to do another one tonight. I might. We'll see. So have a good night. Happy Monday. Talk to you soon.